the home of cruise lovers, sea explorers, and anyone fascinated by what really happens behind the scenes on the world's greatest ships. Today, we are diving into one of the most misunderstood and quietly controversial topics in cruising, something almost every traveler experiences but very few ever stop to question. Cruise buffet leftovers. What happens to all that untouched food after thousands of passengers walk away from the endless spreads of pastries, salads, carving stations, desserts, and themed delights? What is actually done with it, what rules govern it, and why the truth is very different from the myths you often hear online. And while we uncover this hidden world, we will also explore how modern cruise ship design, interior engineering, and shipboard performance systems all play a role in keeping this massive food operation not only efficient but safe, sustainable, and surprisingly impressive. So settle in, because this is the SHIPVERSE deep dive you didn't know you needed. Let's start with the heart of the mystery, the buffet itself. Cruise buffets are enormous logistical machines, operating from early morning until late night and catering to thousands of guests with wildly different tastes. Behind those long counters and beautifully prepared trays stands a team of culinary professionals who coordinate enormous volumes of ingredients in a rhythm that feels almost like an orchestra. Every dish is timed, every batch is tracked, and every tray that reaches the buffet has already gone through a strict quality and safety process. What most people never realize is that the buffet is not meant to be a space where food sits for long periods. Items are rotated constantly and trays are replaced before they ever fully empty to maintain visual appeal and freshness. This constant flow is also where the big question arises. What happens to the trays that are swapped out while still half full? Here is where the truth begins to diverge sharply from popular misconceptions. Many passengers assume that leftovers are secretly recycled back into new dishes or repackaged for later meals, but cruise lines follow international safety regulations that strictly forbid reusing any food that has already been placed in a public buffet area. Once a tray hits the serving counter, it is considered served to the public, even if untouched. That food cannot be brought back into the kitchen for repurposing. Instead, once removed from the buffet, it enters a completely different chain of handling. Some of it goes to organic processing systems where it is broken down for disposal at approved ports. Some is handled by advanced waste-to-energy systems on newer ships. Some ships have machines that dehydrate or pulverize food waste to minimize environmental impact. And on certain itineraries, following local regulations and with specific permits, a controlled portion may be donated to designated facility partners, though this depends heavily on the laws of each region. The surprising truth is that cruise lines today invest millions into food waste management systems that operate with incredible precision. But here is something even more interesting. Most of the food you see at the buffet was never wasted in the first place. Cruise lines have developed highly sophisticated forecasting methods. Using passenger counts, previous cruise patterns, cultural preferences, and even the weather, they calculate how much guests are likely to consume at each meal. This predictive system dramatically reduces how much food ends up on the buffet in the first place. The leftovers you see represent only a fraction of what would otherwise exist if the entire operation wasn't engineered with such analytics. And that brings us to the wider design of the ship itself, because none of this food handling magic can happen without the extraordinary engineering behind modern cruise vessels. Deep inside the ship, well below the passenger decks, are the culinary preparation areas, storage rooms, refrigeration units, and waste treatment systems that work like a miniature city. Most cruise ships today are designed with layered operational decks that you never see on your vacation. These include massive galley complexes where teams work around the clock. The interior layout is engineered so food can move from storage to preparation to serving areas through carefully isolated corridors known as service alleys. This not only prevents cross-contamination, but also keeps the guest experience seamless. The interior design also reflects this invisible choreography. Buffets are laid out to allow smooth passenger movement while still giving chefs quick access to serving stations. The choice of materials, lighting, and even the arrangement of counters is intentional. Easy to clean surfaces, temperature-controlled displays, and concealed warming elements all contribute to keeping food safe and visually appealing. Behind the scenes, ventilation systems and specialty flooring ensure hygiene is always maintained, while dishwashing zones operate like industrial powerhouses capable of handling tens of thousands of plates every day. Modern cruise ships also use state-of-the-art technology to manage food operations. Advanced ventilation, smart temperature monitoring, And IoT-based sensors help chefs track storage conditions and detect any small deviation before it becomes a problem. Some newer vessels even use AI-based systems to analyze dining patterns in real time. This helps the ship adjust how much food to prepare for upcoming meals, minimizing excess production. The performance aspect here is just as impressive as the engineering behind the ship's propulsion or navigation systems. Everything works in harmony to reduce waste, ensure safety, and deliver a premium dining experience. Now let's zoom out and talk about the ship's performance, because the world of cruise buffet leftovers connects directly to the wider sustainability goals of the industry. Ships today are designed not just for comfort but for efficiency. New propulsion systems such as LNG engines, hybrid power solutions, and optimized hull designs reduce overall emissions. These environmental advances work hand in hand with onboard waste management. Cruise lines are investing in energy-efficient galley equipment, water-saving dishwashers, and more sustainable sourcing strategies. All of this helps reduce the carbon footprint associated with food production and waste. Many modern cruise ships are also outfitted with advanced waste treatment plants that operate like small municipal facilities. Food waste is ground, dehydrated, or compacted. Water is separated and processed to strict standards. Some ships transform waste into a dry material that can be responsibly offloaded at certified ports. Others incorporate biodigesters that convert organic matter into energy-rich byproducts. These systems are considered performance features, just like stabilizers, thrusters, or energy storage units. They play a critical role in how smoothly and sustainably the ship operates. And that brings us to the unique selling points that make modern cruise ships so fascinating. The first is the unseen infrastructure. Guests walk through elegant dining rooms, dazzling atriums, and sunlit buffets, but just below lies an entire world of engineering. Cruise ships are designed to be self-sufficient. The food operations from delivery to disposal function like a full city supply chain. This complexity is something few other forms of travel can match. Another unique advantage is the ability to serve thousands of passengers with consistency while maintaining strict safety standards. Most land-based restaurants prepare meals for dozens or maybe hundreds of people a day. A cruise ship can serve over 20,000 individual dishes in a single day during peak times. This scale requires extraordinary planning, and yet for guests it feels effortless. You simply walk up to the buffet, grab your plate, and enjoy your meal. Behind the curtain, a massive synchronized system keeps everything flowing. Finally, there is the evolving focus on sustainability. Ever since environmental standards tightened globally, cruise lines have been racing to innovate. Food waste is one of the biggest challenges in hospitality, and cruise ships are leading some of the most advanced solutions. By redesigning buffet layouts, integrating smart technology, and investing in modern processing equipment, they have transformed what used to be a major problem into an efficient and environmentally conscious operation. This commitment is becoming a competitive advantage, especially as travelers grow more eco-aware. So the next time you walk into a cruise buffet and see trays being switched out before they are completely empty, know that it is not wasteful. It is part of a much larger system designed to protect your health, enhance your experience, and ensure the ship operates safely within global regulations. The truth about cruise buffet leftovers is far more complex, far more impressive, and far more responsible than most passengers ever imagine. And now that you have seen behind the curtain, you understand how ship design, interior strategy, engineering performance, and sustainability come together to create this massive floating culinary world. This has been another deep dive from SHIPVERSE, where we bring you the stories no one else tells. If you found this exploration eye-opening, stay tuned for more insights into the ships, systems, and secrets that make cruising one of the most fascinating travel experiences on the planet.